Hello and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah. As usual, we've got a great show for you today. We're going to share some local business with you later in the show. We're going to check in with one of our news partners. And right now, some important information. If you or someone you know has a child that's got some special needs, we've got some really important information we'll share from you from the Richardson School. And I'm joined by Craig Brimacombe. You're the day school director. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about the Richardson School and kind of the big picture. What do you do?
Sure. The Richardson School is it's an alternate setting, an alternate educational setting for our kids. These kids may have developmental disabilities, mental health issues, emotional behavioral issues within school. Right now, we have our newest location is in Madison, which opened up in November of 2016. But we have 3 other locations around the state: Beloit, Brookfield, and West Allis. And out of those, with all 4 of those locations, we work with about 50 different school districts and around 120 different kids. So we're real proud. We have a real good team of people that work at all those locations. And we try to do what we can to help service the districts and the families.
Yeah, what a great network of support it sounds like that you're able to provide some of these schools and some of these children. Let's talk a little bit more about services specifically.
Looking at every child can learn, and every child is going to learn a little bit differently. And there are children in every single school district that may struggle with a traditional brick and mortar setting. It could be just the sheer size of the school. It could be the size of the class. It could be any number of those things. And what we try to be is the change for the family and for the districts to provide a different setting for the children to be successful. And the way we do that is a smaller setting with our class sizes. Every one of our kids are on an IEP or an individual education plan, and we really tailor their educational schedule around that individual plan, but also provide different sensory breaks and different opportunities for the kids to really learn not only to academically achieve, but also to self-regulate some of those behaviors that cause some of the issues within the public school.
Wow, really important. It sounds like a lot of individualized service is needed, and you're able to really pay attention to that. Let's talk about the overall goal for the students.
The overall goal is to have the students go back to their home district, academically achieving a little bit better, but also being able to self-regulate their behaviors if that is an issue. But ultimately, we want the children back in the least restrictive environment, which would be their home school setting.
Oh, that's wonderful. And let's talk a little bit about enrollment. I'm sure there's families and parents out there that are thinking this might be a good option for them. How does that work?
Well, it really is a team approach. There's the district, there's the family, and then there's the Richardson School. And if the district approaches us saying, hey, we may have a kid for you, we try to work together with the district and the family to find out as much information, because it needs to be a good fit for the family and the district as well. So we'll invite them in for a tour, we'll meet with them, answer any questions that they may have in regards to our services. And then if it looks like, hey, this may be a good fit, that we'll be invited for a placement IEP meeting, and that student may be placed with us, and then we start a start date, and we do all the data tracking. We help the district write the goals for the IEP. We keep the families in the loop. We communicate daily with them in the districts just to make sure that it's transparency and to see that their son or daughter is achieving.
Wow, really great. And with the big picture being that to return them to their school, I think that's nice that you keep that communication so open. You mentioned where you're located, but let's talk again and remind viewers where you are.
We're at 2802 International Lane in Madison. It's by the airport. We have, like I said, been open for a little over a year. Right now we're at 17 kids and growing. So we love the location. We love being here in Madison and helping the districts in the area and the families.
Really great. And let's talk a little bit about contact information. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, our admissions coordinator is Terry Weaver, but realistically you can contact me or Terry or any one of the administrative team. And that phone number is 608-421-5267. And just ask for Terry Weaver. If you just leave a message, he'll get back to you within the day, and we'll answer any questions that you may have, because we know that time can be of the essence, especially when your child is struggling.
You bet. Well, wow, really important information. Great work you guys are doing. Thanks for sharing that with us today, Craig.
Thanks for having me.
All right, the Richardson School, give them a call if you or someone you know may need their services. And stay tuned. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town in just a minute.